Hello, everybody. It's news review time again. So, this week we have the three jackpots of the Ultraman series. There's a new card seal, all the 8 characters of Ultraman. Okay, first jackpot is the Ultraman Orb. He's the leader for God teams. When the team only has God members, first off, team attack times 5. Second off, water, fire, earth, and light have one another's effects. And when you dissolve dark or hard, team attack times 1.5 additionally, and 30% of damage reduction. And fourth off, when your Draconic is full, then additional team attack times 1.5. Yeah, next off the team skill. So first team skill, when he's double leader and there's a Draconic on him, after you enter the stage, the Draconic will turn into a sword thing. You'll see that later. You can choose different runestones to start spinning and they'll have different effects. When you start with water, you recover 20,000 HP. You start with fire, the leader and ally attack additionally 50% base attack, and it's a fire attack. If you start with Earth Runestones, you deal direct damage to the enemy, 300,000 of Earth damage. And when you start with Light, you ignore defense for the leader and ally. Oh yeah, when you use a time tunnel and you spin with all 4 of these, you can get all these effects, which I think is pretty cool. And second team skill, when you use any of the 3 jackpots as double leaders, you get absolute spinning time plus 2. 7 seconds. Very typical of the meta teams nowadays. Third team skill. When you put different cards to the left of Orb, then he turns into a different card, basically. And you'll see that later. Anyway, his active skill, CD7. Oh, his base form is Light God. First off, turns the runestones at the bottom into enchanted god runestones of everything. Here's what it looks like. And second off, for 1 round, self attack becomes 2 times of all gods. So it's like a Novelist sort of situation, because other gods can't attack as well. Except if you're all the Ultraman series, which is just a small gimmick that they're just trying to get you to build the whole team to be Ultraman. But third off, if both leader and ally are Orb, then you have a Draconic. Yeah, you can have the Orb Sword. Talked about that earlier. Okay, and he has 3 additional forms in addition to his base form. So when you put Dika, which is a light monster, his skill is actually not in here, and he's a jackpot, so no info on him specifically. But yeah, he'll turn into his light form, for example. So when you put the water card 0, he turns into his water form to becomes water god. Yeah. Oh, and every active CD7. So for his water form for 2 rounds, team attack times 2. For every round, for all damage that is dealt to the enemy, you deal it again afterwards. So it's kind of like the water elf card. I'm trying to think of god. If you ever use this card, I cannot remember the name for the life of me. If you ever use this card, it's kind of like that, and it has the same effects as well. It's nullifying the attribute and defense, so same sort of effect. Anyway, and the third effect is when each round ends, you explode the topmost row of runestones to drop enchanted runestones, which I don't really know the purpose of that, because this, if you're using him as a leader, and I think he has to be a leader to transform. Otherwise, that would be kind of OP, he would be like 4 cards in one. His fire form, you need to put the fire small prize that I revealed in the news last time. He turns into basically, you can solve 30 fire runestones. Fire runestones turn into fire enchanted god runestones. Other runestones turn into fire runestones. You have a whole board of fire, and when the round ends, you recover full HP. If the team has 3 or more Ultramen, then +5 column for 1 round. I mean, it's pretty good depending on the situation, but I still think you probably would use base form in most situations. And the third one is Light God. Everything has, like, this everything has everything effect is kind of redundant if you're using him as a leader. I don't know if you can, like, move this over so that both these are members or whatever, but it's most likely only going to be a leader. Okay, the second jackpot and the last, because the third one has no info for some reason. CD8, transform 0, and his transform form, the column under them becomes water enchanted god runestones. And for 1 round, water and dark have the effect of heart. This is a water dark leader, water dark god leader, which is very specific, and I personally don't think it's going to work out. Leader skill. When the team only has god members, water and dark attack times 6. Basically, this, just think of it Babylonian style. When you dissolve runestones in a column, then you get more dropped. And if you dissolve water and dark at the same time, you get a 20% damage reduction. This team is okay, but I don't think it's going to work out. Just look at that HP. 20,000 is not enough to survive. That's actually a problem of this whole series, but more on that later. Yeah, he has 7 seconds spinning time, absolute spinning plus 2 seconds, that's fine. Water has the effect of dark and Babylonian style, and also ignores burning and sticky when you have him as double leader. Okay, and when he is in his transformed form. First active, EP5 turns 14 fixed positions into water and dark enchanted god runestones, so it looks like this. Also for 1 round, self attack times 3 against Beast and Machina. If HP is full, then team attack times 1.5 additionally, and the second skill, EP9, explode 8 runestones randomly that are not water and not dark, which I think is not particularly useful, but this plus 8 combo and self additionally attack 8 more times is useful. And here's the skill level of material for this one. You can buy it, you can exchange it by using Sphinx. And this is a Colosseum card, I believe. Okay, and new treasure system for the Colosseum. You can dissolve runes that have these things on them, and then you can receive different effects. You can have more tickets, you can minus your CD, you can dodge, you can turn those zones into Heart Enchanted, you can nullify the enemy's skill, which seems pretty OP, and you can turn runestones into enchanted runestones, attributive runestones, that is. And you can exchange for this new Colosseum card, along with the 2 old ones. This one's good, this one's kind of useless. And you have more rewards here. This is not really clear how you get these, so just look out for that. Anyway, the actual card, Water Beast CD10, it's basically Medusa except with a self attack times 5 while the effect is active. Ultimate Stage card, Fire Beast. Madhead wants this to be a leader, but it's not gonna work because Fire Beast is just like Madhead beating a dead horse basically. So it's not much good as a member as well. It's CD5. It turns Fire Beast, enchanted Fire Beast runestones under leader and ally, which looks like this, and a CD5 for only converter. For only a converter, that's just not good. Here's the Draconic, it's a Fire Beast one. Gonna skip over that. Bi-weekly, something actually useful. CD5 and it's direct damage. The enemy 100,000 light attack and converts the 2nd and 5th column of resistance to light Machina runestones. So, okay, thoughts. Well, the new jackpot orb is obviously 1%, and I feel like Manhead is like concentrating on like the utilities of a card because this card has like insane utility with all of these effects and his actives and his supporting members, but they've kind of neglected like the basic stats of attack, recovery, and health, which is always a thing you need to kind of pay attention to because nowadays most cards cover those three, and that you need members to have utility. But now you have utility, but your health is like 21,000. Your attack, the attack is like not that great, as you can see. Like if you go here, like without anything, it's like 4 mil at most, and that's with the attribute relations. And I mean, that's like your average damage, but your health is like kind of terrible. And look, okay, let's just look at how many. Okay, the recovery is sort of helped because when you start with water runestones, then you recover 20,000 HP. But let's see them actually dissolve like a set of heart. Alright, never mind. Okay, this is the maximum recovery. As you can see, you got like all of the uh, amelioration here, and 4 of them have recovery boosts. But even with that, and how many sets of heart? 2 sets of heart, 1 set being enchanted, and 9 combos, which is a very high combo. You get not even 30,000. So that's a rather low recovery for really typical teams nowadays. So yeah, like in terms of drawing this seal, yes, do it, but you need to have probably some supporting members already. So some members would be like Zhang Ziya right here, and Luna of course, and Yancy if anyone has them. Hell, okay. The thing is that dark members aren't really recommended to be put in the team. I don't think you should put Hell. Maybe you should put this guy, the new guy, but it's just more like this team is lacking the damage department, is all I'm saying. So I think long term, do draw on this seal. The utilities are pretty amazing. As a leader, it probably won't survive long just because of like the stats that it has in terms of being like a leader. But yeah, we'll have to see if any of the cards that come out have stat boosts that basically times 1.5 each other's stats, like the other. I can't think of anything now. Like the other collab cards before them. Alright, this was such a long news review. Bye.